call you Darren
Hey.
or Daz?
That sounds okay.
Darren
sounds
Darren.
weird.
Did you enjoy that Felf?
You
That
guys
Felf
better.
intro? Wasn't that beautiful?
It was fantastic.
Dude, Felf makes me just reminiscent of Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne. I'd said that wrong.
It's a shame though, because I wasn't actually there that night.
No, you weren't. But you
Unfortunately.
saw I
No.
showed you the video of them, right?
Yeah, I saw the video and I saw you guys are having a laugh
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
So Felf, if you didn't know, they're a Melbourne street band. And they're a band in general. They're just playing on the street. And it consists of Hyde and Ryudai. And they just crush it. Drums and electronic music. Check out Felf on Facebook, definitely, because they're great. I'm going to use them in a lot of upcoming videos, too. Especially that Australia one that I haven't edited yet. From visiting.
Yeah. Hurry up,
I know.
will ya?
Well, how long does it usually takes 2 years, right? So I'm almost there.
Nearly
Wait, is
there.
it 2 years?
Nearly there.
It is 2 years now.
No, is it? No, it'd be longer than
Makes me
that.
sick. No, it's 2 years. It was October
Okay.
2016 was the last time I visited, and I was there.
Melbourne?
Australia. It's a little bit west of Brisbane.
Yeah. South,
Yeah,
actually.
sorry. Said that wrong.
way south, way south.
I'm sorry.
You Americans and your geography. Come on, mate.
I'm ignorant. That's what it is. I'm ignorant and I'm sick, so I apologize for my voice right now. But dude, it's good to have you on the Greg Hansen podcast.
I can't believe I'm on the Greek
That
Hansen
is,
podcast.
I'm waiting for someone
It's
to like,
unbelievable.
talk me into like the real new name. I tried to talk to NES Complex the other episode. He obviously just played into my my ego about how can someone have a podcast named after their name. And he basically said, "Oh yeah, so you're just trying to be like Joe Rogan." And I said, "Yeah."
Yeah, you're better than Joe
Oh man,
Rogan.
see? So this is great. We need to come up
See?
with an actual name because
No,
just-
there's nothing wrong with
I
this
was
name.
so defeated from being threatened to be sued and using my old name. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my name because I can't come up with anything else right now. And I didn't want to call it Arcade Impossible because this is more about just hanging out, talking with friends or mates in this case.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, mates, mate.
So yeah, man, I don't know. We'll come up with something. You're a genius with the podcast stuff. You got to help me
No,
out with
but
it.
yeah, I have to give credit to Sean Taggsta as well. The
No.
guy's amazing. You have to meet him, Greg.
I do.
You have to
I wanna
meet him.
meet
You'll
him.
love him. Yeah.
He seems like a good dude or a sick.
He
whatever
loves
you'd say.
arcades. He loves arcades.
Yeah.
So,
That's great, man. I also like arcades
do you?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you like arcades more than me because I was I definitely
really think
appreciate
so?
them now, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get as much opportunity to go when I was a kid. And I'm going to say
Okay.
that's not related to why I have a basement full of them now. But I just like I have very specific memories of like pole position and hard driving, like stuff like that. And hard driving's more later 80s. I want to say it was like 89 or 88 or something.
And it's a horrible game.
Yeah, okay, I'll agree with you, but it's not. It's less of a game and more of a simulator, right? It was actually
That's correct, yes.
advertised as like the first real racing simulator. So me as a man, I was 4 or 5 years old when I was playing that. So just to get in and use the shifter and the clutch and everything, and they actually had a key that you turned. I was like, I'm driving a car. You know, that fascination
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
a little kid.
yeah.
But now everyone hates on it, especially my friend Mike. He hates it. He's like, that's a stupid game. And of course, 750 pounds. I don't know how many kilos that is. What, 370 kilos? A lot. But
And suppose it was a very expensive game too when it came out.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Very, very expensive, yeah. Supposedly they had to cut it down, the cabinet, to make it cheaper.
Oh, really? Not
Yeah,
not mine. It weighs everything. But yeah, so like that's some of my memories, right? Just to get back to like pole position and hard driving. Those are my memories in the arcade. So it's more later 80s. So what are yours, like your earliest ones?
Wow, far going back, man. Probably my earliest memory is playing elevator action
Nice.
at a local
That's title.
at a
Title
local
game, right?
title. Yeah, title. At a local fish and chip shop, which you guys don't have up in the States. You don't have fish and chip shops, do you?
Nope. No, we don't.
Well, you've been to a fish and chip shop, Greg. You
Legit.
know how they are.
You'll
here.
see it in the video.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, because what it is, you order your chips, potato. Well, you call them French fries,
French
or
fries.
what, steak fries,
Yeah,
or
just
something.
fries.
Big,
We'll
thick,
just say fries.
just thick. Yeah, thick chips, really thick ones. So yeah, you'd order back in the day maybe 80 cents worth, which would get you about 2-3 kilos. Not now. So you'd wait 10 minutes for those days to cook. So while you're waiting, you play some arcade. And I remember playing that. That's probably my earliest memory of playing an arcade game, and it was that. So
What was it? Was it like a low boy or something? Or
no, it was stand up. I remember it really clearly.
okay.
Yeah, it was It was a normal LAI, as you would call them here in Australia.
Oh, that's
a
right.
Low boy, yeah.
Very cool. Elevator action, huh? That's pretty. That's would you call that a classic? I feel like.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
Best home port I would have to say would be the NES version.
Mm-hmm.
I hate saying NES, but it's true.
Nintendo, man.
Nintendo. It's all about Nintendo.
I mean,
Yeah.
live in America. It's Nintendo.
Yeah. Nintendo will bust.
Yeah. Or Sega.
Yeah.
Mega Drive.
So yeah. After that, just faint memories of playing at a local bowling alley, Vigilante, Karnov. What's that other game called that I actually really loved? Psycho Nix.
Oh,
Oscar. Yeah.
I don't know
You heard
that one. No.
Think of Turrican
Yeah.
mixed with Karnov.
See, I didn't even know about Turrican before you and I became friends. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
Interesting.
did it. Yeah. Well, it's a game you should check out. Psycho Nix Oscar. Give it a
Soko
go.
Nix Asuka.
Psycho, like
Oh,
crazy.
Psycho.
Psycho Nix, yeah.
Okay.
NICS.
So
Yeah.
Psycho Nix, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So did you any other arcade stuff you want to talk about before we get into the newer? Actually, I want to go up to Amiga after next.
Oh, let's go Amiga, man. Let's go
Dude,
Amiga.
so I let's see. Back in the day, I for computers, right? I played like the Apple II and the Oregon Trail, and we had this like laser computer. It didn't even have an OS at home. It was just the 5 1/4 floppies, and I played like Carmen San Diego and the other just common games on that. Nothing really great.
No, they're great, man. They're great.
No, but nothing
great.
like
Yeah.
I don't know. And then it's not like the Amiga, and then it's definitely not like the Commodore 64. I had some friends that had a Commodore 64, and I wish they were better friends. They were just like friends I saw one time, and I was like, "This is
Acquaintances.
amazing." Yeah, they're acquaintance,
Yeah.
and I was like, "They have a Commodore. This is the gaming machine, right? Because it had so many games." And it was just kind of fascinating, right? The disk drive and the commands, and it seemed like they were very skilled to type that in. And you're like, "What? How do you?
It's true.
How do you do this
Yeah.
to play a game? Load, comma 8, whatever star. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy." So I know you're a big Commodore guy, and then you had the 64. Did you also just go right up to an Amiga, or did you not have one when you were younger?
No, well, if you want to start off with gaming, I had an Atari 2600 first.
Hell yeah, same.
And then I got a Commodore 64 in '88
Okay,
with the whole shebang with a disk drive, everything. And that thing, dude, I still remember. That thing was like $600. That was in 1988. So with inflation, that's easy. Probably nearly $2,000 today.
you got nice parents.
I have. My mum, I don't know what brought it on. Yeah, that's right. Actually, a quick story, because I remember being in a local, just a shopping strip locally, and we've got a franchise here called Toy World, and they used to sell Atari 2600 games. And I was crying in the shop. I want that game. I remember it was Desert Fox. I'm wrapped. My mum didn't buy it for me because it is a heap of shit. But I was just, I want that game, blah, blah, blah. And she said, no, you're not getting it. And, I was so upset. I got that angry. I ran away from home.
Dang.
Right. So I would have been about 8. 10 years old, something like that. Came back home, walk in my bedroom, and I find a Commodore 64 on my bed. Now,
Wow.
yeah, my mum loved me. She felt sorry for me. And I remember my sisters, they're like, are you serious? Because I was the spoiled one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so yeah, after that, I didn't get anything for a while. Next one was a Mega Drive. I didn't actually own an Amiga when I was young. I had friends that had one.
So 88, 89 until the Mega Drive, which was like what, 90?
Say 93. I probably got 92, 93 of the Mega Drive, around then.
So about
I got it
5
late.
years? 5 years with the 64 as your main?
Yeah, and I still played it. It was still set up, and I still played it. Mm-hmm. That's the strange thing. And I still own the same one today.
Now, that's great.
Yeah.
The breadboard
Yeah.
version, right?
No, I've got the C, the
Okay.
the nicer looking one. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So did you ever play the game Wasteland on the Commodore 64? Were you into the classic RPGs?
I never played it, but isn't that a precursor to? Is it Fallout? Am I wrong?
I believe
Or is
so.
it? What's it?
It's like it. I think it's a precursor because I know there's like Wasteland, and they just like recently, right now they have the Wasteland 2. But yeah, I think it was a precursor to Fallout. It's pretty cool. I actually picked it up through I was hosting a garage sale, and then someone traded me a bunch of Commodore 64 games, and that was one of them. I was like, oh, cool. So I played it for a little while, but the text scrolling by was so slow, I just couldn't deal with it.
Was it original?
Yeah.
Original. Wow, that's worth a bit of money, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad. I should sell it. I can't remember if it was tape or not. I don't know. I don't remember.
Knowing the States, I'd say it would have been disc.
Probably.
Like us.
I only have like 1 or 2 tape games, which is crazy. And you can actually get like an app on your phone, right? And just headphones out into one of those tape adapters and load a game that way.
Yeah, you can.
That's really cool. Kind of blows my mind. Like it's just the audio data off the tape kind of thing.
Yeah, it's quite smart. You can do it with a vast amount of systems. MSX, I do it on the MSX sometimes, or on the ZX Spectrum. Oh. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're heavy into the classic computers. That's
I
pretty
love
great. Like,
I love them. Yeah.
I think so. Most of my PC gaming was on the family computer in the 90s. We had Windows 95. It was like 100 megahertz computer with 4 megabytes of RAM. Upgraded it to 16 or 8. But that thing with Windows 95, I remember playing like, remember Descent?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Descent. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which is like this Nickelodeon game, but it was scary at the time. Alone in the Dark 1 and 2. I played that on there too.
Yeah, geez, I remember when that came out. That
He's
was
so
a big
blocky,
deal.
and the guy's just kind of shuffling around.
That's Resident Evil there, man.
Oh, it is.
I personally think Capcom based Resident Evil off that.
Because when they had the car pulling up, and I can picture it perfectly, the car in the cornfield, and you have like the witch's hand in the window from her point of view looking out. I was like, oh shit, scary. But yeah, man, most of my gaming was on the 100 megahertz days, Windows 95, and then in high school I got my first computer through a friend. It was a 500 megahertz Celeron, the 128 megs of RAM, and it was like Windows 98.
That was my first computer. It was a Celeron 480 though.
Oh, nice.
And I had a Voodoo.
Oh, hell yeah, you got the Voodoo.
I had the
3DFX,
Voodoo. I can't
right?
remember. Yeah, I think it was a 4 megabyte card. The thing was a beast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had what did I have on there? First game I loaded up and loved was Turok 2. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah. Yeah. So on the 500 megahertz, right now I finally had my own computer, 10 gigs of hard drive, and dual 17-inch flat CRTs. So it's just like amazing dialing.
Wow.
I had dual monitors way back in the day. That was so cool.
You're original gangster, mate.
It's feeling pretty good. But like I remember playing like there's so many like Blade Runner, NDK2. You know that one? It's kind of like a
Yeah, it was on Dreamcast. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's just endless. Like I had heaps and like binders and binders of games on that. And Whiplash.
That's when PC gaming started to get good.
Oh yeah, because I remember going to Best Buy, and that was my favorite thing to do. Like anytime my parents would go to Best Buy, it's like I'm gonna go in the. There's 2 or 3 computer aisles, right, of the software and then games, and they had the big boxes for all the computer games. That was the best time. I loved looking through all those. Other games like Betrayal and Antara, that was a really cool one. Obviously, in high school, that when The Sims came out, I was big into The Sims for a little bit too. That was just really different than anything else I've ever played. I don't know if you got into The Sims ever.
No, not really.
No.
Sim City, the original Sim City, yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
But besides that, no.
Simcopter, I played that a lot. Flying a helicopter around, putting out fires and picking up people. That was super fun. Yeah, I bet I could sit here and think about computer games I played for an hour and just slowly have them come back. But yeah, it's pretty great. So all of that leading into it, I was at PAX with you in was it 2013? Was the first time I was there?
Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when we were playing the Amiga, and I wasn't really exposed to the Amiga ever before that. And I was just kind of floored at, like, it's quick and the thing's sexy, and it's just
it is.
It's just awesome, like self-contained thing. Was that the Amiga 600 that we played? 500?
That was the 500.
That was a 500.
Yeah.
And I remember you showing me different games on there, and I just remember they were so smooth, like it's faster than you think it would be. Like the frame rate was really good. What were the games we played? There was one with it has the
Silkworm. I know. I showed you Silkworm.
Silkworm, yep. And I ended up buying that arcade PCB for my arcade, so I can swap that out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's Tecmo, right? So
Tecmo, yeah.
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 So Silkworm's great. Co-op, and you have someone who takes the Jeep and helicopter.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Same time.
Was that the first time you played it?
Basically. This is the first time I've really played it. And then I got into it and played quite a bit with Mike once I got the board here.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the games on the Amiga seemed really great, man. And what's cool is you as my friend and resource now, like once I get my Amiga, then I can just start going through these games and experience them on real hardware. Because I know there's a million ways to play them now, right? But I want the original experience, original hardware kind of thing.
The Amiga, you can emulate it, but it feels that actually it's one of those systems that you need to play on the real hardware. Otherwise, it doesn't really feel the same.
Yeah,
and I think it's more about the sound, because the sound on that machine is just it blows your mind.
Yeah, for sure, and it just felt like an experience when I was playing it, just for that short time at PAX. Well, what else is on there? Does it have Robotron on there? It doesn't have Robotron, right? That was the C64.
I don't know. C64's got it, yeah.
Yeah. And
I think you played, I think it was it Disposable Heroes, I think I let you play. It was another shmup.
Did we fire up Lemmings on there too?
I think you did, yeah.
I loved Lemmings.
Again, Lemmings, a lot of people say that Lemmings' home is on the PC. I think its home is on the Amiga. It's just got everything. The sound, everything is amazing on that.
Yeah.
A lot better than the PC version.
It just feels more polished in a lot of the games.
It is.
So it's pretty great.
It is.
So you had to be super rich to play the Amiga back in the day, right? That was like,
you have to be expensive. Yeah, it was very expensive.
Like way more expensive than the C64, right?
Yeah. A lot of people, especially in the UK, a lot of people went for the Atari ST at first because it was the poor man's Amiga, pretty much.
Nice.
And it's true. I mean, the games are very similar, but the sound on the Atari ST does not come close to the Amiga. So I think the Atari ST was like $100-something cheaper than the Amiga.
Oh wow! Okay.
So so a lot of people went for that. Actually, I'm digressing here with Atari ST because I've actually learnt a lot about it lately because I own two now.
Nice.
Help me, please. A lot of DJs, musicians still use it today. because of the MIDI function.
Really? For chip tunes and stuff, or for what?
No, for like production.
Oh, really?
Is it Fatboy Slim uses one still?
Wow.
Yeah. There's a few proper DJs out there that still use it today, which is quite cool.
That is cool.
But yeah. But yeah. Like I said, the Atari ST was the poor man's Amiga. So so if you had an Amiga back in the day, you were very popular, very popular.
Ballin'. Hashtag ballin'. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So what was it, like a week ago that you basically put a feeler out there and Jason came through, and now I have an Amiga on the way?
Yes, I should be picking it up this week for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll ship it all the way over.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I hope you ordered your SCART adapter and HDMI adapter.
I think I did. I got the SCART one. So.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I ordered that right away. So I'll be set. And I have a.
You should be good. You should be good because your memory is fantastic. So. Yeah. I'm sure you did.
Oh yeah. That's how I know we're good friends, because good friends know that my memory sucks. It's all right. I remember.
Greg, have you done this yet? No. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, I don't want to break your balls. No, break my balls.
No, please. It's my fault.
My comic's been sent yet, by the way.
Oh, they're on my counter. You know what? I should have sent them because I was homesick from work today. And I was like, I'm going to go out and go to the grocery store and get some stuff for making food this week.
Some burgers?
I said, we want a burger? So
that cough's coming back.
That cough reminds me of the first PAX video.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You have to splice that in somewhere.
If you want to see good times with
edit,
me and Daz and the Retro Domination guys and everything, go to Arcade Impossible and just search for Australia. And just watch any of those. I think there's 2 of them there done. I still have to do the 3rd one.
Yeah.
But those are so much fun.
That cough. I had it as my ringtone at one stage.
That's great. Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I travel, I get super sick.
Yeah.
So I just came back from Canada a couple weeks ago. I think this is Canadian bird flu or something, because I don't feel good at all. Just coughing it up. So I went to the store earlier, and I immediately just started sweating, the flu, like fever, and I did not feel very well. So that's my fault for leaving the house when I'm supposed to be home sick from work. Yeah. But that cough, man, these guys are crazy.
I wish I was there that night.
Oh, man.
Oh, thanks.
Staying out. So many good times.
So you're coming back next year then? What do you
reckon?
reckon?
What are we doing? Let's do it. I want to come back. I mean, we can plan it. I have time off. So we can.
You let me know when, and we can arrange something. How's that? I can't believe we're planning personal plans on a podcast. How funny is that?
That's what this is. It's like it's the friend and life talk, like anything talk podcast, right? So
yeah.
There is no real structure. One of the things I want to check off my bucket list, in my life, what I want to do is see the Milky Way galaxy in like perfectly dark sky. And where I live, there's so much light pollution that I've never really seen it. And I think in the United States, the only real place you can go is out west, like Northwest. I think more like Nebraska, Utah. Like if you just get far away from everything, then you can actually see the Milky Way because there's no light pollution.
Well, you know what? Sorry, you know what? Well, my mate has a farmhouse about 2 hours away from where I am.
Yeah.
Up north, and the sky there is amazing.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to plan to do an all-nighter there.
Oh hell yeah!
With a nice fireplace and everything. We can even ride horses if you like.
Oh yes. See, this sounds great.
I'm not going to ride horses, but yeah.
You're not a fan of riding horses?
Nah. I just like looking at them from meters away. It's fine.
Okay. I love riding horses.
Yeah.
Just as long as I have my cowboy hat on and my shirt off.
And an American flag on your
American
back.
flag just on a pole, like coming off the back of the horse. Just going, yeah. No, but that's a bucket list thing for me, is to see the Milky Way. Like, just chill out, laying on my back, watching the Milky Way for like a few hours, have a drink or two. Cause
Even my house, it's not too bad
yeah,
on a clear night. Yeah.
because you can see the stars, right? But can you actually see like the dust and everything? And like,
Yeah. From my house, yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Why didn't
But
I
then
notice
again, it's
that when I
better
was
again.
there?
I think it was because you were. I know you were here in summer. I know you probably would have had overcast nights here at the time.
There's a lot of light pollution, or not light pollution, but the heat pollution, like the shaky sky in summertime.
Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, that's one of the things. Like, basically, they were telling me from the light pollution map I looked at, it's like in the bush, just in nowhere in Australia is perfect. Or obviously, if you're like on a cruise in the middle of the sea somewhere, it's probably the best.
Yeah. My mate lives in the bush. Well, his house is in the bush.
Yeah.
So, it's actually next to a place called Mount Buller, which is amazing. It snows there, but it's just basically come here when it doesn't snow.
Okay.
You don't want it when it's too cold.
That'll be awesome. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna come down to a road trip or something. We're gonna
We can go down the Great Ocean Road if you like.
Oh, sweet.
Look at the 12 Apostles. Have you heard of the 12 Apostles?
No, what's that? I like this gaming in Australia talk. Let's do it.
They're a bunch of rocks that sit against the shore. Mm-hmm. But they're not your normal rocks. They are. There's not even 12 left. I think a few have fallen. They're huge and they're amazing. If you do a Google search, you'll see what I mean.
Is it like a Stonehenge kind of thing, or not really?
Give me a second. I'll send you a link now.
What's up? 12 Apostles Rocks, Australia. Boom. Let's see. Okay. Nice.
Oh, you can see them already.
Yeah, I just Googled it really quick. Oh, man. That's neat.
How amazing does that look?
That's really neat. Cool.
So you got sites like that.
Have you seen those before?
No, I haven't. That's what I mean. It might motivate myself and even take the whole family out and have a look.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Sweet. So you didn't go to PAX this year, right?
No, I didn't, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I wouldn't say mentally. Physically, because I haven't been well, so I had to skip out on it.
I mean, you've been to so many anyway. What's missing one? No biggie, right?
Well, there was a lot of, exactly. Well, there's a lot of Fortnite in this one, so I didn't really miss out on anything.
Well, how do you feel about Fortnite?
I don't really have an opinion on it, to be honest.
No. Do your kids like it?
Christian's, he'll play it, but he's not nuts over it. Mm-hmm. My youngest, Amelia, she's dying to play it, but I won't let her play it. Because she's just going to go crazy like all the other kids. So
right.
It's just one more thing I can just keep her away from until she's just too young to.
Can you?
If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
The addictive thing about her, you know, she get addicted to her, and it's no point.
Because think about it, like when we were kids, right? If we had the internet, and then tablets, and then imagine being 12 years old right now, and then having the internet, high speed, and all of these games on the internet that are free. Like, that's insane. Right? Before you're kind of limited on the amount of media you're getting, and you're like, wait for a birthday to get a game, or Christmas, or just through friends. That's how you get exposure to other games. Now it's just complete overload. Like,
it is.
I could spend an entire lifetime just consuming free media on the internet. Like games, YouTube, just everything. So I think that's overload for kids for sure.
I love the internet, but I find it's a, how can I say, it's a double-edged sword. It's taken away a lot of the things from my kids that I had as a kid, if that makes sense.
No, for sure.
Going to the newsagent and finding out these new games that have just come out.
Yep.
You know, news didn't get old after 5 minutes.
Right.
Which I think is bad now. You mean, you post, okay, it's been out for 12 hours now. I post something on the PS1 Mini. That's just, the 20 new games that are on there now.
Yeah.
People are going to look at my post and say, oh, that's old news. It's like, really? Are you serious? It's old news?
No attention span.
Yeah,
And
it's just
I really hate phones. The more and more I think about it, like I need my phone for work. It's a work phone, personal phone in one. But I don't. I'm trying to limit my screen time on it because I don't want to just passively look at things. And it really bothers me when I'm out with people, and it's compulsory. And I don't blame them for it directly. Like I don't get like pissed off because I do it sometimes too. And it's something I'm like trying to stop because I was out with people Saturday night for it's the Halloween. It's the weekend before Halloween. So everyone's out and partying and in costumes. And I'm talking with friends, and then I see like half of them are on their phones.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be in a circle at a table drinking and having fun. And it still was fine, but doesn't that bother you somehow? Like that bothers me a bit. This like, well, what are you doing on there? Like,
it's true. Well, was it you? Were you with us when we went to Lazy Mo's? We put our phones in the middle of the table.
I think so.
Were you there?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's the habit we do now. If we have a group of us going out, we don't really keep it so close to us, so we can all mingle and
because like
we only grab it if we want to take a photo of our food.
and it's like it's a passive compulsory thing, right? Like you just feel like you have to. Like it's a twitch. Like I don't want to be bored for a second, so let me pull out my phone.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, same.
Bad.
Same
I
thing.
know I am.
But
I'm
it's
not going to
something
say I'm perfect.
Actively working on now. So obviously I'm not going to be a hypocrite and hold everyone to the same standard, but
No.
It's something that it's like, that's why I really appreciate this podcast too. Even though we need a better name, it's like, it's great just to talk with a friend, right? And it's basically face to face every time. If it's not local, remotely, it's video, but it's like a one-on-one conversation. And that's why I don't really like having a structure. It's like, we're just having conversation. And, somehow it's recorded and put on the internet too. So it makes it fun.
The Greg Hansen Show.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Greg Hansen.
It's a working title. It's not permanent yet.
I don't know, but your logo seems pretty permanent.
Oh, yeah.
There's that Aussie cough.
You got me. I think
Well, actually, it's a Canadian cough then, isn't it? What you got now?
It is a Canadian cough.
Yeah. See, well, okay. Well, what's Canada? What's the word? What does Canada have to do with Australia? What do we have in common?
You're under the same monarchy.
There you go. So
The only
same
reason
cough.
I'm gonna be fair though. The only reason I know that is because you said it like a week ago when we talked, and I was like, oh, I should remember that. Like this seems like I could be an educated American man.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So that's why you've got the cough.
So
You can blame the Queen.
Australia is where they like used to send prisoners back in the day, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like it's a beautiful country, just because it's isolated and super far away, huh?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, but we got a lot of English and Irish and Scottish people, prisoners. So
is that why the accent is similar? It's not the same.
it's not the same, man. It's not the
It's
same.
not the same at all, but it's similar, right?
Hello, Greg. How are you? No, I don't speak.
Good day,
like
chap.
that. I don't speak like. Hey, how you going, Governor? No, we're not. We don't speak this. Hey, Governor. Will you like a cup of tea? Will you like have seen 22
great.
lumps? Yeah, my Francie, my wife, hates it when I do that accent. She reckons it sounds nothing. She hates the Irish one. How do I do? How are you? What you doing?
Good.
You know, she hates it when I do that. Good day.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You know what?
I can't do Scottish.
My favorite,
Sorry.
I think, is American accent.
It is. Yeah, of course it is.
No. Like to hear someone else do it because it's hilarious. Like
It's hard, man. I can't.
it hard?
I'm not really good at it. Yeah, I can't really. It's really hard to do your accent. You know? It just sounds stupid.
No, it
I can't
doesn't.
do it. Nah, it sounds really dumb. I don't think I do a very good American accent.
a very good job.
Shit. A very good job. Would you like a burger? Would you like mustard if you're a
See,
burger?
I wouldn't even be able to tell the
that's
difference.
Nah, that's shit house. That sucks. It annoys me that I'm doing it. So it's bad.
That's all right. I can't do an Australian one at all. So
Try.
I can do like certain words that I know how they would sound. I think.
Try. Go for it.
But it's like, hey, how you going?
No, that's
Back in
shocking.
2013.
No, you're trying to sound stereotypical Australian, which doesn't. Which
I know.
would really
That's what I
sound
mean.
like that.
I can't like actively say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this little part," because I just can't decipher what I need to do to sound Australian.
It is, I guess it would be hard to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. But does it sound clear to you? Like, do we speak too
So
fast?
I can sound like a bogan. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
You know. I'm gonna go down a servo, and get
Servo,
some
mate.
petrol, mate. And I'm gonna get meat pie, and you know what I mean, mate. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Just waiting
fucking
for a mate.
bogan. Yeah, just wait. How funny is that video? It's great. That's bogan. That's like really.
If you want to
bogan.
see bogan Australian, definitely Google "waiting for a mate." Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's this drunk guy.
That's really funny.
So he's driving his car drunk, right? And then
Yeah,
he gets
and
caught.
then he gets caught. So he goes into the passenger seat in the front and says he's waiting for a mate to the cops.
Which is genius.
It is genius.
I don't know whose car. I was just waiting for my mate.
That's great. I mean, I love that video. It says Australia all over it. I mean, oh, I'm proud. I'm proud to be Aussie. I love this country.
Heck
It's
yeah.
not- it's not- look, my background isn't Australian, but I was born here, so I call
Right, it's your
myself Aussie.
country, for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. What else do we have to talk about? We talked about the Amiga, and we had a couple other things. I put old Greg in burgers.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Castlevania Symphony of the Night that just got re-released on the
Okay.
PS4.
Okay.
I'm
Wait,
very
it did get
disappointed.
re-released.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing an old version of it, like the PS1 version.
No. Well, it is the PS1 version or PSP version, as you can
Okay.
say.
All right.
I have a few gripes. I'm not upset. I'm really, really upset. Now, that game is in my top 5 best games of all time. I love it.
Really? I didn't know that.
I've finished it probably about 4 times now.
Okay.
But when I didn't realize it on the PSP version, but they released the PSP version, which is it's lazy because what they've done, they've changed the dialogue at the start. Hasn't got what is a man, hasn't got all these awesome lines that are in the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that's in there, and it just looks rushed. And they didn't. All right, they add filters and stuff like scan lines, but there's so many. This game's been out released on so many friggin' PSN, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't they make it widescreen? Give it a bit of a facelift. Nothing. And that pisses me off because I wasted $20 on a game that I've got 4 times.
And it didn't improve anything, really?
Hasn't improved anything at all. Which I'm pissed off. I pre-ordered it. I thought, well, I got my PSN plus discount. I might as well use it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm playing Rondo of Blood because I never actually finished it. So I'm playing that instead. I'm not going to bother with Symphony of the Night again because there's no point.
Yeah, it's too bad.
If I'm going to play it again, I'll just play it on the real deal and have it with the original sound. So Konami, disappointed in you. I'm sure they'll be listening to your show.
The shame.
So I'm letting them know.
Yeah, there's a lot of big companies that listen to the Greg Hansen podcast. So I'll let them know.
Yeah, let them know. Yeah, I'm pissed, man. I really am. Look, it's not. If you've never played it before, it's fine. I reckon it's worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm disappointed that I spent that much on something that I already had, and they didn't change anything. I don't care about filters.
No.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
If I'm going to play it like that, I'll play on a real CRT. But yeah.
So I want to talk about your love for the Nintendo Switch.
You might laugh because I love it a lot. I think it's great.
Yeah, Nintendo, man. It's really good.
You know what? I personally think it's the best Nintendo system since the SNES.
GameCube, man. I really liked my GameCube.
Oh, GameCube's great, yes, but still.
Yeah.
But so the GameCube era, I used the Xbox, so I did own a GameCube. It was the PS2 I actually skipped out on that gen.
Okay.
But I personally think since SNES, all right, you say GameCube.
Well, I played GameCube quite a bit, and I really enjoyed The Lord of the Rings games on there. I know they're on the PS2 also. The Two Towers and Return of the King. Just really great. I played other games on there too, but it just reminds me of a time when I was just before and going into college, so obviously I had a lot of game time. So that was the GameCube. But I'm getting a different kind of experience with the Switch because I'm busy. I have a schedule of things I'm doing every day, and I just pick it up, hit the power button on the Switch, and I'm playing Dead Cells again for 10 minutes, and then I hit the power button, I'm done, you know.
You know what the Switch is? A portable Steam machine. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, because it has a lot of that, like, indie kind of games on there.
Yeah.
But, there's not a lot of great systems. Like, usually phone games, like, there's, I don't know. I'm kind of...
I'm over them. I'm over them, man.
Yeah. Like, the phone game thing is not good. This actually feels like a console. The controls are okay. They're okay. I won't say they're great, but they're okay. And the screen's fine. The battery life is fine. But the power off thing, that feature is the best thing ever. Like where it pauses right where you're at. Or if it dies, no big deal. You're right back to where you were at. So as an adult where you can just get in 5 minutes, you don't have to start up a game, do anything. You're just playing. So I've been playing Dead Cells, and I've been playing Dark Souls on there a little bit. I played a few hours.
Yeah, I heard for your last podcast.
Yeah, and it's kind of disappointing me, man. It feels like there's input lag on it. Like it feels gross. And maybe that's because I've just come off of... I beat it earlier this year on the PS4, the remaster, and that has 60 frames a second versus the Switch is 30 frames a second.
Uh-huh.
But still, the input lag should feel exactly the same. But it doesn't. It feels gross on the Switch. So actually...
Even handheld?
Yeah, I docked it and did with the Pro Controller, and then I also played handheld with the Joy-Cons. And handheld Pro Controller. All of them felt exactly the same.
That's strange.
So I actually wouldn't recommend getting it on the Switch unless they're going to patch that. Maybe I need to fire it up on the PlayStation 4 just to see if it feels the same, or if it's just me thinking of Dark Souls 3, how smooth that was. But no, 1 definitely felt not that great on the Switch.
Man, one's so hard, man. I can't get far in that at all.
No, really? You're good at games, though. I feel like you got to give it another shot.
I should. I know. Even though I always think back to Bloodborne, and I still can't beat that first boss, Greg. Even though when you came to help me, I still haven't beat him. Still, I still can't beat that first boss
on the expansion,
on the DLC.
Yeah,
I can't do it, man.
Ludwig.
I've given up now.
Ludwig, gotcha.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I've given up. I've watched so many videos.
Didn't I come help you and then you
and
were
I died
out of insight, right? So I couldn't help you again.
Yeah, I couldn't get that bell. Yeah, I couldn't call you. That sucks, man. It should just be able to join me whenever.
True,
but
you need to.
Yeah, I've given up.
Don't give
I've given up.
Let's grind out some insight, and I will help you beat them. Let's do it.
I would love to, but you know what? I can't dedicate enough time to it anymore.
No.
I love the game, and it's up there as one of my favorite games of all time. But
it is so good.
I can't do it anymore. It just frustrates me too much. I've tried so hard. I've grinded for hours and hours and hours. And I just can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it, Greg.
They're so good.
It's such an amazing game, but I can't. It hurts me to think.
Yeah, so
Think about it.
I love the From Software games like Dark Souls, 1 through 3, right? Bloodborne, Neo. Even though it's not made by them, it feels basically like a Dark Souls game as a samurai. I don't know if you played Neo before.
That's Neo. I've got it. I think it's too hard. Okay, it's again. I should persevere. I know that those types of games are like that. I actually preferred not more than the Bloodborne, but I loved Lords of the Fallen. I thought that was a nice learning curve.
Yeah.
Did you play in the plane?
I played through the first boss and maybe like an hour after that.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. I was just like, I got other games to play.
Nah, dude, you gotta play it, man. If you love Dark Souls, you'll love it.
Really? Okay.
It's so good. It gets hard though. It's a nice curve, like nice learning curve. The difficulty spikes up slowly.
Okay.
But when it gets hard, it gets hard. But no, I think it's an amazing game.
Okay.
It's actually on special on Steam at the moment with all DLC, I think.
I
bet you probably already have it.
I think I had it as one of the free games on PS Plus a while ago. So I have it on the PS4 already. So perfect.
Get on Steam, mate, on your beast.
I don't know. Even though I have a good gaming PC, I never go
Yeah.
use it. I
I
like to
thought
sit
you
on.
do.
No, like, well, right now I'm not really gaming at all. Like, I just do the Switch
Okay.
once in a while, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
But winter is starting right now, and it sucks. It's
What are you
getting
talking about? It's summer. It's the last week of spring. It's
yeah,
going to be summer
it's
here.
good
What are you
for
talking
you.
about?
I'm happy for you. No, but it's like
It's actually been quite cold lately, funny enough. But yeah, sorry.
it's getting dark by 5 o'clock here now.
Oh, wow, that's early.
Yeah, and I work till 4. So on the drive home, the sun is setting now. But in a week, we do time change again. So now when I leave work, it'll be dark. So from work to
Okay.
work, it'll be dark.
What do you mean time change? Your shift?
Yeah,
work
so right
shifts.
now it's
Okay.
6:30 at night. It'll be 5:30. So we go back.
So you got daylight savings.
Yeah,
that's what you
that's
use.
BS.
What do you call it? Time change.
I don't know.
What you
Daylight
call it?
savings.
Daylight savings.
Spring ahead,
well,
fall
we just did
behind. That's
that.
what we say.
Isn't that the dumbest thing?
You guys
I
say
hate
autumn,
daylight
right?
savings. Yeah. Well, that's what it is, mate.
Yeah.
Fall.
Fall.
What's falling, mate? The leaves, because the leaves fall.
I don't
Come
know.
on, mate. Come on, mate.
I don't know, man. That's I don't know the origin.
You do you use miles or kilometers? Come on, mate. You got to use kilometers.
Well, I was
see?
in Canada now, so everything I do in meters and kilometers, so I'm good.
You changed.
So like we're in the car now, and they're like, "What? When do I turn?" I'm like, "Oh, it's like 200 meters up. Take a right." So I'm good.
It's funny because there's a friend of mine I speak to from Scotland. Actually, his name's Kingy Gordon King, and we're actually talking about the same thing about meters, liters, kilometers, etc. He goes, "Oh, we're fucked up here. We use both. They use imperial and metric." He goes,
Oh,
"We
man.
can't decide." Yeah, it's like they use miles, but then they use mils and liters like we
Wow.
do for liquids. So they're even more screwed up. They honestly don't know what they want there.
Stone is not part of the metric system, is it? No. What is
No,
what
it's
is
not, no.
stone? It's just on its own.
Stone is I don't know how many kilos.
But is it part of the metric? It's like a bunch of kilos. I don't know.
Oh, I
But
don't know what
anyway,
that is again.
I'm completely for let's standardize on metric for the whole world and be done with it.
That just makes more sense.
Yep.
Stone units. What does stone mean in weight? 11 stone
Yep.
is 4 pounds.
Okay.
No, that doesn't make sense.
No, I thought it was
No. Oh, okay. Sorry. 11 stone equals 72 kilograms or 158 pounds.
okay. So,
Yeah.
So that's a lot of weight per stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, let's standardize
That
on
still doesn't
metric.
sound
Be
right.
done with it. Let's just.
Yeah. Well, this unit of measurement is used in Australia, Great Britain, and Ireland for measuring human body weight. We haven't used stone here for ages.
Yeah, let's drop that one too. That's not standardized enough. Just
It's
stick
not.
with
No,
kilograms.
kilos. Yeah.
Kilos.
Wow. Mate, this is the podcast with the most, mate. Topics are flying everywhere.
That's what we do. It doesn't matter if we don't tangent. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
So.
This is what happens on the Greg Hansen show.
I'm all for it. Let's just talk about titles. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
spitball it.
The Spitball show.
Spitball show.
Yeah. How's that?
It doesn't really roll off the tongue like the Greg Hansen podcast.
Yeah. The Tangent podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't win,
Yeah.
so I don't try with the name. It's fine.
Don't try podcast.
I know we'll come up with one organically over time. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because what encapsulates what we do on the podcast? It's just me talking with friends, right? About
Yeah, chatting.
yeah, just chatting. There's life. There's games. I mean, the last episode I talked about pooping my pants, which, yeah,
Jeez, that seems to be a common thing for you.
I'm really glad this is full circle because someone talked to me today about that episode that came out, and yeah, I said it's very humbling. I think everyone should poop their pants like every couple of years, every year. I think I said because you have to be able to laugh at yourself.
But where would you poop, man? Do you do it at the local shopping center? Do you do it at home? Do you do it at work?
I don't think you get to decide.
No, okay.
I think you let your body decide. Like you don't have to do it on purpose.
Okay. Oh well, you can have some expectations. You can eat like a big bag of prunes in the morning and then see what happens.
Then go for a jog. Yeah, you're good.
Like, okay, sorry, this is. I was told, and I had to look it up because I did not believe it. I think it's in California or something, or in the States in general. There's a map that covers whole of America that shows where people shit in the footpath. Now, is this true?
Are you serious?
I'm dead set serious. Have you heard of this?
Sorry. No, I haven't heard of this. What's it
You
called?
haven't? I think it's only in California, which I'm going to check now.
Brownmap.com or something.
Probably, shitting on the. You used to call it pavement, yeah.
That's funny.
Pavement map.
Street.
Map USA.
Oh, San Francisco poop
There we go.
map?
San Francisco sidewalk poop problem. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so it's just in San Francisco. Okay, it's not all of America.
Wow.
Shitty San Francisco. Back in 2014, the web developer Jenny Wong created a map of all the public reports of excrement sightings made that year. That is so wow.
So that's not America. That's San Francisco.
Okay.
Oh God.
I think we need to take a holiday to San Francisco. What do you reckon?
All right.
They're going to launch a pilot for pit stop programs in the area.
That's ridiculous.
No, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I've only had a layover in San Francisco. I've never actually been there, but I've heard it is nasty because they're too liberal. They're too open to everything. So now they have poop everywhere. This is what happens when you go too far one way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
If you're
I'm pretty liberal, but yeah,
if you're too far to the
there's
right,
a point.
it's dystopian Orwellian future.
Yeah.
If you're too far to the left, you have poop on the street. So let's balance it out. It's fine.
Jeez. That's really funny. Shit.
So what kind of stuff are you working on lately? I know you're doing the Arcade Perfect podcast, right?
That's pretty much what I'm doing, really, and I'll occasionally stream.
Okay.
But I think by the times I stream is probably you guys are asleep. Because I don't know if I told you, because I ended up getting a nice beefy PC, so I'm running Launchbox.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, now I've got everything running. Sega Saturn runs amazing on it. So I started streaming a bit of that. I actually put Dreamcast on there. Runs a treat. Absolute treat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, ups the res too. It's a new emulator called Redream. It's for free. And you can pay $5 and you can run it at 4K, which is cool.
Wow.
But yeah. So I know Mark's paid it, and he hasn't actually let me know how it looks. But I've upped the rest to a certain point where it allows me to on the free version, and it looks great.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
So I guess I've got everything on the MSX, whatever you want. It's great. It's taken weeks to compile though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Like it's a lot to set up, right? But is it easy or is it just like time consuming because you're getting different media for everything to make it look how you want?
It's not too hard because when you sign up to Launchbox, you can actually buy a pro version as well, which sets it out like Hyperspin.
Okay.
So you can do it like that, but you can do a normal desktop version, which is free, which is fine. But if you run it like Hyperspin, there's as soon as you scan for your ROMs, it will actually search a database, Wikipedia. And there's another website called Emu Movies that you need to sign up from. And it'll grab all the videos, information for the games, everything. It just does everything for you. It takes a long time to compile, and at the start it can be a bit tricky, but once you get the gist of it, it's piss easy.
So
yeah.
I have these gaming computers at my bar down in the arcade. Should I set this up in the middle? Because I have Hyperspin on that. I just never started playing it because it had like little quirks and issues with the controls, and then not all the systems were. It just took a lot of time that was going to happen.
Hyperspeed's a pain in the ass.
So I just dropped it. I never did it. Is this something where like I can just slowly add things to it, add my ROMs or add my systems, and it just looks great? Not a ton of work. Just standardize on what I want to do and what games, and it should be fine.
Piss easy. As long as you got the ROMs, you sell it where they are, it'll do all the work for you.
What about like with Xbox One controllers? No problem mapping
Easy.
it?
That's what I use. I use a wireless Xbox controller. And what's great, there's an option where if you click both thumbsticks in, it exits the game. Like, you don't even need to touch your computer. You can even shut down the computer from the Xbox controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You just keep a keyboard in there or a mouse just in case you need to change anything. But once it's all set up, you can make your PC boot straight into it if you like, and you use just the controller. You don't need anything else.
Okay, cool. I have a really important question to ask you.
What's that?
Who's your favorite in Valve, Hyde or Ryudai?
I don't really know them probably. Probably Ralph. Is it Ralph? Was it? Yeah. Yeah.
Ralph?
Why are you laughing? It's a serious question.
No. I said Hyde or Ryudai.
Oh, jeez. You said Ralph.
Ralph.
So I think it's the connection.
Yeah, Valve.
Both.
Valve, mate.
Yeah, it's not fair that you pick one. You have to pick both.
Yeah, they're great.
Or Ralph.
Oh man, Valve.
It's like I heard Valve and I thought of Ralph. Oh jeez. I've got no excuse too. It's like 20 to 11 a.m. It's like 10:40 a.m. at the moment, so I should be awake.
That's all right. It's just fine. Yeah. No problem. 6:42 at night here. So, and I gotta go to work tomorrow or shit. I don't know. I feel like I still have a fever. Do you go to work with a fever?
Of course not, because you get people sick.
Well, that's what other people do, and I think that's why I'm sick.
Why? Yeah,
I don't get those
it.
people.
No.
Oh yeah, I don't feel well. Well, thanks.
Well, can you go to your local GP and get a certificate and say, okay?
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
I can't. Yeah, but you have to pay. How much do you have to pay to see a doctor?
It's not a lot with insurance. Like I think I had to pay $20 for my last visit. But I automatically pay $200 a month or something.
Oh wow!
And then, yeah, I have to pay out of pocket until I reach a deductible. I don't know what it is. Maybe $2,000 or $2,500 for a year.
Wow, you need to move to Australia. That is so bad.
It is.
Or
bad.
move to Canada. Or move to Canada. Wow.
Yeah. I told you, man. If I found a job in Australia, I'd move. So we gotta look.
Well, we're gonna speak to Pally again then.
For all the
Pally.
people that that are prospective employers listening to the Greg Hansen podcast in Australia, please hook it up. That's a very specific bunch. Yeah.
Wow, you're willing to let go of all your arcade machines?
Let's put them in storage or something. I'd sell off the ones that don't mean a lot to me. Put the rest of my stuff in storage. Be gone with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Be gone. It's just stuff.
It's true. That's true.
It's just stuff. And it's very heavy stuff that weighs down your life.
You know what? You're right, yeah.
As long as you get value in what you do, it doesn't matter. Like if someone had their whole house filled up with it, that's a little much. But if they got genuine happiness out of it and were balanced with other things, but just happened to have this open, I think that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
As long as they're not actively lacking in another part of their life, right? Like they ignore their family or they whatever. Don't socialize.
I think a lot of collectors do that. I think a lot of collectors.
I think they do, man. I don't get that. Like it can't be a form of escapism. It's got to be a form of enjoyment, enhancement, not replacement, right? Something like that. I don't want to get too deep.
I know, yeah, I know.
I mean, we can talk about life and everything, aliens.
This is a Greg Hansen podcast. You don't want to get too deep.
UFOs, all of it.
Yeah.
Actually, I do want to talk about paranormal and UFOs with you sometime again.
Yeah, man.
That would be great. because you got me into the Mysterious Universe podcast, and I was listening to that for a while.
I've actually hadn't listened to it for a while. I think it's gone a bit down.
Yep, I stopped too, but they were great when I was listening to them.
What was her name when they had that chick on? I can't remember her name.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. She was great. She added a lot to the podcast. It was a nice balance, but yeah, they're not as good anymore. They're going more towards crappy things like what do you call it? Like,
Were they like
what's it called?
sellouts now?
Just it's not the same. I don't know. I've stopped listening.
Yeah,
Stopped listening. I had a good solid 2-3 years solid with them, but now it's like,
yeah. It was a while ago too. I listened when they had the chick on too, but.
yeah.
Is there any other podcasts you're listening to right now besides Arcade Perfect and the Greg Hansen Show?
Get to the Chopper is one I listen to. It's a half-an-hour show daily. It's all pop culture and stuff. So they're guys from the UK, which are great. The RGDS, which is Retro Gaming Discussion Show. I have to change because I know that they changed the name.
Okay.
That's good. That's based in the. These are all UK podcasts, actually. So, is there any other ones? I've really cut down a lot lately.
Yeah.
I occasionally listen to the Thinking Atheist,
Okay.
but we won't get into that
Fair enough. Fair enough.
because this show will go for another 2 hours. But I love that show. Actually, I think it's great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of life lessons in it. It's not just about atheism. It's just about. It's just really good. The guy Seth. Is it Seth? His name is. I think his name's Seth. The actual host. It's just one guy talking, and he's so smart and
Nice.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something to be said about as long as you're open-minded and good to other people. I mean, there's not a lot you can do wrong if you just follow that stuff, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. I feel like we need to grow as a species, and the whole internet thing and people becoming disconnected and ultra sensitive and shock culture, and there's too many negatives to focus on. And I don't know. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, I feel like.
It can be, yeah. It can be. It can be. Like, I've posted stuff on my Facebook page, and some people just go stupid and get offended. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, the social media thing is awful. Like, on Facebook, I was thinking this today, like scrolling through, and I don't really do it much anymore. Like, once a day I'll do like the flick through and just see if any of my friends have posted stuff. And it's all ads and crap. And
Yeah, a lot of it is, yeah.
it's like getting worse and worse. And the thing is now, like, I don't know if you've heard this, like, from younger people, they see Facebook as like a old person thing now. Have you heard this?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that, yeah.
It's like more Instagram and Snapchat and other things, but Facebook's more for old people. And I was like, that's funny. Like,
It is funny.
it is funny. Like, I feel that it doesn't really add anything, and I would just delete it right now. I'd have no problems with it, but the only thing I really like is Facebook Messenger, because I can just chat with you, or we can have a call or chat with anybody in the world, and it's just my way of instantly becoming connected with people, right?
Well, funny enough, you can deactivate your account and still use Messenger. You know that?
Oh man, really?
Yeah. On your phone, obviously, not on the computer, but on your phone.
Okay. What,
Yeah, because
Okay.
my original gaming account's deactivated, and I can still use that to contact if I want.
Oh, but then I have all these things tied into Facebook login. I wonder if that would.
Yeah, that too. That's annoying, though. Yes, that's a problem.
So I guess the answer for me, right, is just don't check it. And there you go.
Exactly right. Well, yeah, I did go on Facebook for nearly 2 weeks. I just pissed everything off because I was like, you know what? I think it's partly why I get anxiety and stuff too. It's like, it's just too much crap on there.
And it's not
and
real
I just went
most
on
of the time.
Yeah, and I went on Instagram, and I love Instagram. I use that a lot more now.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's fun. It's positive. I can post pictures of my games, my vinyl, my magazines, and you get everyone like-minded people enjoying each other's stuff.
Yeah, I like listening to the records you play on there.
Yeah, thank you.
I was like,
Thank
what's he
you.
listening to? This is great. I need to.
I bought recently. I don't know, you haven't heard of Powderfinger, have you? They're an Australian band. Absolutely amazing band. It's a 20th anniversary of an album called The Internationalist.
Okay.
And so I bought that, and I only recorded like 20 seconds of it, and it got freaking pulled down. I was like, you serious?
Oh, wow. Hopefully we don't get pulled down for the FALF content in this episode.
So that's the only one that I haven't put anything on. Dude, you got to listen to Powderfinger, man.
Powderfinger.
I'm gonna send you a clip.
Okay, I'll check
send
it
you
out.
a clip, man. Great song. I'll send you a song, and it'll blow your mind. It's 20 years old, and it sounds so fresh and good today.
That's great. I need new music to listen to. I use Pandora a lot, so I slowly get exposed to new things. But yeah, I'm
What
open.
are you listening to lately?
It's usually all the same stuff, man. I still listen to the same MP3s that I listened to in high school sometimes with like,
Oh, wow.
with like dance music and stuff that I like.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I've been really into future bass lately. It's like a form
I
of
don't know what that
electronic.
is.
It's a subgenre
Okay.
of electronic music, and
Okay.
it's more futuristic sounding and heavy on bass. Really melodic
Okay.
too. Some vocals about half the time. But yeah, future bass, progressive house music, and then I just go completely random after that, like freaking Rob Zombie Pandora or Marilyn Manson
yeah.
or Pantera or whatever. It doesn't matter. All over the
Oh,
place.
nice. Yeah, I've been getting into last few years really new wave music, but more British, if anything, more English stuff. Like recently, there's a song I remember hearing as a kid in like '92 or as an early teen, and I heard it just recently. Like, oh my god, have you heard of Tasman Archer?
No. Nope.
No, she's a singer from the UK. I ended up buying her album. I found one in Greece out of all places on Discogs, so I was quite happy with that. There was no reprint of it. It's a song called something Satellite. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Singing Satellite. I can't remember. I should know it, but I don't remember.
That's cool.
But yeah, and it's a lot like Seal, like early Seal. You know, it's sort of like that. So I've really opened up my mind a lot more with music. I'm not. Like, I was always metal, gothic metal. I still love it.
Yeah.
Not that I hate it, but mate, the British music scene in the early '90s and all the '80s is amazing. There's so much good stuff there that I haven't discovered yet. I know, and I'm getting into a lot of that shit. So I'm really like just digging deep in that area. So like I listen to Madness now. I don't know if you heard of Madness.
No. Dude,
British
I'm
band.
very uneducated when it comes to music, so.
Yeah. Oh, you would have heard one of their songs. They are nuts. They sound like they're mad. They're mad. They're very ska. It's ska music.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of trumpets and stuff like that in it. But yeah, it's just I've really opened my mind up a lot, which is cool. That's why I do vinyl now. It's like I'm not just going to buy metal and new wave stuff. I'm actually going to just wherever I think sounds good, I'm just going to grab it, and they're cheap.
Yeah, that's great, man. Like, there's something to be said about vinyl, and I think that ties right into what we're talking about, not just being super distracted, like the looking on your phone thing. Same thing when you open up Spotify or go to an MP3. Sometimes you get ADD and just jump through stuff. Vinyl, you drop that needle and then you just enjoy it.
Exactly right, because you can't be stuffed getting up and changing
No,
it
I'm
all
not
the time.
going to get out of my chair.
Yeah, exactly right. No, but that's the thing, it forces you to listen to it.
Yeah.
Which is great. So now I listen to so much vinyl lately. Like, for example, with doing all this Launchbox work on my PC, a lot of it's sitting down waiting. So I'll chuck on an LP and leave it on.
That's awesome.
Well, that's doing what that's doing. And then I'll clean up my room and organize it at the same time. And it's made me more motivated listening to vinyl because I'm not just sitting down, I'm actually doing stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you're not really suffering. Like, the quality's great. So
Quality's
it's
amazing.
Yeah. And I buy albums specifically that I know I really like, that I want to listen to all the way through. But it's stuff that, like, I'll like maybe a bunch of the songs on there, but obviously you listen to the whole thing. So a lot of my stuff is like, I like Radiohead. I think I got like the Gorillaz on there. Oasis. I like Oasis a lot. That kind of stuff. And then I have some chill stuff too. And some newer electronic music I listen on vinyl as well.
Well, you need Talk, mate. You need to buy some Talk.
Talk. All right.
Yep. Amazing.
I'll do it. I'll start with
Amazing.
start with some Spotify, and then upgrade to vinyl. Right?
Yeah, check out the song "It's My Life." I'm sure you'd know it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm sure you'll know it. So, No Doubt covered it.
Oh, okay.
The original version's so much better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're ever listening to new wave stuff or whatever, just shoot me some links. I'm in. I want to check it out.
Yeah, man. Oh, heaps. You'll love it. If you love your synth and all that, you'll love the
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I love the synths.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like new. Is that New Order and all that too? Are they like new?
That's new wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
Talk, as I said. Bronski Beat.
Nice.
They're good. Human League. You would have heard of Human League.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's new wave. Oh wow. Brain fart. I can't think.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Well, we're at an hour 13. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
I think you need to go to bed and rest because you look really
I'm
wrecked.
sick, but you said you were free, and I was like, I don't care. I didn't tell you I was sick. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't care. I want to get this done. I want to record
good.
one with you. So, where can people find you at and the stuff you're doing?
Arcade Possible. Oh,
Oh,
my God.
shoot, look at you're gonna get sued for that one.
I know. Arcade Perfect Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. That's where you can find me.
Arcade Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I actually didn't explain what the premise of the podcast is, funny enough.
Oh yeah, let's do that real quick.
Quickly before, because you need to go to sleep, I think. Pretty much, we review one game per episode. We have a guest on, and yeah, we review not all, most home ports of that arcade game.
Okay.
So we pretty much slice and dice all the ports and say, okay, which ones are good, which ones are bad. And that's pretty much our podcast. It's doing really well. It's doing really well. It's half of our downloads come from the UK. Funny enough,
That's great.
they love us there. Yeah.
I'd love to
So
come
we
on
need-
sometime.
we need to get
I
you on.
applied to be a guest.
Well, mate, 100%. We have to organise it. You just have to pick a game.
Robotron.
I don't think there's that many home ports of that, my friend.
There of Robotron?
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's on the PC, and it's on all these classic collections of like PlayStation and everything else. It's on C64. It's on the Atari 7800.
Let's have a look. I can have a look proper. Let's go on Wikipedia.
That's fine. I can talk about a different game besides Robotron for once.
Platform, arcade, Apple II. Wow. Atari 8-bit, Atari 5200, Atari 7800, Atari ST. Oh, okay, that's cool. BBC Micro. Wow. Commodore 64, Lynx. Wow, there's a VIC-20 as well.
Oh wow!
Okay.
I bet some of those are pretty awful.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can't see it being that great.
No.
Apple, I couldn't be able to do Apple II. I could do the Atari 8 bits. I can't even do 7800. I reckon.
So
We could do it. It might take a bit of work. Lynx is on the Lynx.
yeah, it is on the links. I've never played it, but I think I saw it one time. My friend Bill. Not bad.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, we could do a different one.
I'm not a good. No.
I'm a Robotron whore. It's all I talk about, so it's fine. But yeah, man, that'd be cool. So Arcade Perfect Podcast, definitely check it out because I'm sure most of my podcast listeners are from Arcade Impossible.
Okay.
And this is a good one. This is probably the most game-oriented episode we've done. So thanks for keeping it on the rails.
No worries, man.
Cool. Well, please leave a feedback on iTunes if you feel like it, or tweet me at Arcade Impossible if you have any feedback. Thanks for coming on, Daz. Appreciate it, man.
No worries, man. Thank you. It's been great.
All right. See you, man.
Bye.
Bye.